Why does nobody play Glaz? Is it because he is only one of 2 snipers in the game, or is it simply because his ability sucks? That's what we'll be finding out today. If you would like to catch me when I'm live on Twitch, I do stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 PM BST. There's a link down below. As part of the original 20 operators in Siege, Glaz was introduced as the only sniper in the game as of that current time. Throughout his time, Glaz has gone through many different changes in Siege, to the times when he's been potentially a bit too OP, and the times as of right now where he just simply isn't a picked operator at all. More specifically, I want to talk about where he is at right now in Siege and the future for him. Now, Glaz is an extremely underpicked operator. As you can see for the recent rankings, Glaz definitely ain't too popular there. His win rate is extremely low and his pick rate is even lower. His fellow sniper counterpart sitting at around about the same win rate with him, but just picked a little bit more. And Blitz is all the way lower down than them two. However, we're focusing on Glaz here, and really the question is that rises here as we see Glaz and also Kali, the only 2 snipers in the game, very close to each other. Kali a little more favourable in the pick rate, however very similar in the win rate. Which does raise the question of whether sniper operators actually belong in Siege at all. Is a sniper operator something that should be in the game, and should more of them be added? Let me know your thoughts down below. Glaz is mainly going to be your typical backline operator who is going to be covering the flank, and most importantly is a sniper operator. And it would be fantastic if we could see some actual numbers for Glaz's pick rate, as I imagine it is extremely low instead of just a percentage. Now, Glaz's ability is actually to equip a sniper rifle scope, which is a little controversial when his counterpart sniper Kali, who got added into the game later on, her ability isn't equipping a sniper scope, yet she already has a sniper scope on her. Kali's rifle does a lot more damage than Glaz and also allows her to zoom in and see from a larger distance. Glaz has a 4x zoom on him, yet Kali has a 12x zoom at the highest, which is 3 times more than Glaz's scope. Yet Glaz has the ability, his overall kit and ability is themed around him having a sniper scope, yet it is 3 times worse than an operator who has an ability that is not even themed around a sniper scope. Immediately off the bat, you can see some things just don't really make sense right there. But the main point here is, does a sniper operator actually belong in Siege? Siege is an extremely fast-paced game for a sniper operator. While you may think Siege is a pretty slow-paced FPS game, for a sniper operator it's actually pretty quick. When you think about an Ash main peeking a corner compared to a sniper operator like Glaz peeking a corner, you can really see how fast-paced it is and how behind Glaz is right now. His damage is very lackluster, his fire rate isn't great at all, and this is obviously going to mean, compared to an AR running around a corner, which is a lot easier to aim with, it's going to be very tough for him. A sniper operator like Glaz can't exactly enter the building with confidence, expecting to peek anyone and kill anyone who is going to be in their path. It is just way too fast-paced, and his sniper scope does not fit him at all when he is going to be moving forward. And while you can take his flip sight ability off so you're paired with the regular Russian sight, again it's a sniper rifle with a lower sight, and it overall doesn't have too much fire rate and any damage. And this does mean that the majority of Glaz players will have to stay outside when using him, or at least that's what I found when trying to get the most out of him, but staying at those longer angles. Which is extremely bad for solo queue when you have to rely on your teammates to enter on in the building and you simply can't. And if you do fancy entering on the building, you're going to be left there with a pistol, and that's your only weapon that you're going to have access to. He also does bring the Gon 6, which has been added, which is completely useless to Glaz and is a pointless buff for giving him in the first place. Why would you give an operator who relies on his pistol for close engagements an ability or a gadget that is simply not going to provide enough use to actually switch out it? In my opinion, I do think a sniper operator can work in Siege if it is done correctly. Glaz here has not been done any justice, and if anything, it feels outdated and left behind. But his ability does allow him to see through smoke. Somewhat, sort of. You do in fact have to be standing still to see through the smoke, which makes it very easy for someone to potentially pre-fire you when the smoke is placed on the window, and they can get a very easy kill because you're standing still and are immobile. The longer you stand still for, the more you can see through the smoke. In my opinion, this isn't the best use of his ability because Glaz standing still isn't great at all. You want to avoid that because you have a sniper rifle and it's very, very easy for someone to peek that corner. And remember what I said earlier, sniper operators don't do well in fast-paced environments. Another quick fact for you is I can also see through smoke canisters from the defending team, which is useful, but again, doesn't really come in handy in a lot of situations. Don't get me wrong, it is great that you can see through smoke grenades, and it's very, very handy to have. The way it has been designed, where he has to be standing still, puts him at a big disadvantage. He can work well in teams where they have multiple smoke grenades on the go, but realistically, bringing Glaz and bringing all them smoke grenades isn't going to gain you too much benefit. He can cover intel, he can cover from afar, gain you intel, communicate with your team, but when we compare it to a lot of other operators out there, he simply isn't a great pick at all. He doesn't bring much utility, and he doesn't bring much to the table. When you compare him with his sniper counterpart Callie brings so much to the table as a sniper operator. Callie can easily beat Glaz on paper when you look at her loadout, purely her loadout. Don't take into account the gadget, the ability. I would rather have a Callie player. Compared to Glaz's whole kit and Callie's pure loadout and weapons that she brings, her sniper rifle is in a completely different league, and we haven't even moved on to her ability yet. Callie's win rate isn't even any higher than Glaz's, however her pick rate is. Which goes to show that a massive change like that from an operator, and Callie is a better on paper than Glaz in many different ways purely on the loadout, doesn't really make that much of a difference in game, which leads back to that question, does a sniper operator belong in Siege? Callie has a lot more going for her. Her whole weapon is better, and it can actually make damage through the walls, take out castle barricades in one shot, and helps out with a ton of other utility purposes for the team, including the hard breach. Glaz is just an operator who is extremely hard to use and actually get any use out of. His sniper rifle isn't great at picking up kills because it really lacks in that damage department, whereas Callie's sniper rifle doesn't. If you get that one shot, you are going to have a very high chance at confirming your kill. With Glaz, it's the complete opposite. You want to get a few more shots on, which is very hard to do with a sniper rifle in a fast-paced game. To me, it feels as if Glaz has been left behind, is outdated, and needs a buff. Whereas Callie, on the other hand, is a fresh sniper rifle operator who can do it all. The pure fact that Glaz's weapon and ability is so lackluster compared to Callie's just feels as if he's outdated and has been left behind in the dust. The main change here for a sniper operator to work is the weapon, I believe. It needs to be quick firing, it needs to be a fast-paced weapon. The ADS time should be low, and you should also have a quick fire rate on it and a decent amount of damage to it, to even cope with the other operators in the game. If you want to find out why no one plays Warden in Siege, there will be a card in the top right. Thank you all for watching, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you want to see more of these. If you do want to join the Discord to find players to play with, there's a link down below. I'll see you in the next one.